Hello.
You took lead this time.
I'm Beth.
I'm Kyle. Wrong way round.
So I'm on deck. And this is we are our Disney life.
Yeah. We have been tagged in the 18 Disney questions. And we're going to have a good go at answering them. We got tagged by Paul and Cheryl.
That UK Disney couple.
Which are very good friends of ours.
That's what they think.
Yeah, so we're going to go through and try and answer these questions as best we can. They were very difficult and a lot of them were...
Trying to decide between about 10 things.
Yeah, definitely. Right, where should we start? Number 1, which Disney movie or scene would you like to be in?
Shall I go first?
Go on then.
I had 2 because I couldn't decide. I had the Lilo and Stitch when he's on his surfboard and he's just started learning to surf and he's sitting on the front of the board
Like a little dog.
like a little dog. And the second one I got was the Tangled one when she's on the boat when they're on the boat with all the lanterns, because I saw my canvas and thought, oh, I should have put that.
I think mine is a fairly new Disney film. It's Coco. It's when Miguel goes across the the bridge, and he's presented with I think it's called the Land of the Dead or something along those lines.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool, the way that it's all the buildings are stacked up.
It's
and
all
the
lit up
colours.
and yeah.
Yeah, and I like the Mexican tradition. It looks really cool. So that's number 1.
Our second one is about the memory. What's the best moment in a Disney park?
Best moment in Disney Park.
I put with Donald singing Happy Birthday to Me in Paris, which we've got in one of our other videos.
That's included in one of our Paris vlogs.
Just because I just didn't know how to react to it. I was kind of stood there like, oh my god.
And I mean, on your birthday, Donald singing you happy birthday.
I know,
getting
what
everybody doing all
more
this.
could you ask for, really?
It's brilliant. It was brilliant. I did like that a lot. Very happy we recorded it as well, because it's not very often we record things.
Well, I also liked when Olaf took my hand and ran off with me. And left you standing there in Florida and you were just there like, okay.
And the cast member went and said, oh, you can't go out there, Olaf, it's too hot, you'll melt.
And then he ran back with
And then
me
he looked all
hand.
sad and... Mine is the first year we went, watching Happily Ever After for the first time.
And both tearing up.
I mean, I'm not a massive Disney fan like Beth, but
you weren't when we first went. You weren't at all.
And I've been converted now. I absolutely love it. I just love how you can go over there, for example, Florida for 2 weeks, and you can just turn into a child again and just not worry and just have the time of your life. This is the happiest place on earth. I actually think it is though.
Yeah, I literally dream about it every day.
Yeah. Only if it wasn't so expensive to keep going back.
Come on, though, right?
Number 3.
God, the number 3 was probably one of the hardest ones.
Yeah, what non-Disney song reminds you of Disney?
We put 2, mainly mine, but Carl didn't really know.
I couldn't really think of any at all, to be
honest.
honest.
I put a SeaWorld song called Side by Side just because it reminds me of Florida, so that reminds me of Disney. And then I put I See You by Leona Lewis just because it reminds me of Avatar, and that is now Disney.
Yeah. I mean, the main reason SeaWorld, I think it was the first year, wasn't it? We went over there and obviously that song was playing and it just, as Beth said, it just reminds us of Florida. And
yeah, every time I hear it I just can't wait to go back.
Just reminds us of all the fun that's over there.
Yeah.
An 8-hour flight away.
I don't care. Gets me there.
Number 4. When was our first Disney trip?
2017 in May.
Can you remember the exact date? Because I can.
10th?
10th, yeah. It's the 10th of May.
And we went 2017 in May and 2018 in May. In 2017 it was bright sunshine for 2 weeks.
Yep.
2018 it was thunder and lightning and storms, and we didn't really get any sun.
No, rain.
Got absolutely drenched.
Rain.
So the weather is so unpredictable. There's no point going every year thinking it's going to be the same, because it won't be.
2017, the first trip we went on, is when we met Paul and Cheryl.
Kind of.
We met them in the transfer between the airport and Disney property. We sat there chatting with them, obviously on the 50-minute transfer across.
And then we saw him in Epcot and waved.
Saw him in Epcot and waved, so
And that was it for that year. And then we saw him in the lounge in 2018 and all looked at each other a bit weird.
Yeah, 2018. You probably heard this story already, maybe. Me and Beth were sat down in the lounge, just looking out at the runway and everything. And Paul is a massive aviation fan like myself. He comes over and says, "Can I take a photo of the plane?" I said, "Yeah, like that." Cool. He takes a photo and that disappears back. A couple of minutes later, he comes over and goes, "Were you on the same holiday last year?" I said, "Yeah." And he said, "We recognise you." And then I looked at Paul, and I realised we all recognise each other. And
we kind of started talking from then.
Yeah, and then we spent the last 4 days of our 2018 trip together. We started off by doing a little game of mini golf, which was good fun. I really enjoyed that.
We spent like 3 days together, and then we got each other's. Well, we never thought we'd see each other until we saw each other, and then we were like, we better get each other's names before we don't see each other again.
The really funny thing about it was we were sat in the food hall at Coronado Springs.
Thinking about the fact that we might not see him again.
I said to Beth, what if we never see Paul and Cheryl again? Or, what if we never see them two again, that couple again? They seem like brilliant people.
And then they walked
in.
Within
that, they walked in
and said, "We were just thinking about you." And we went, "So were we?" And we were all a bit like, "Oh."
They were all a bit creepy.
Oh yeah.
So that's where the friendship began.
And we would just FaceTime all the time and then that.
You're squishing Mickey.
Sorry.
Squish Mickey. The Stitch is hiding there as well. Right.
Number 5.
Number 5. Which Disney character would be your best friend?
Stitch.
Stitch.
I said something earlier with Stitch, and it was him opening a fridge and saying, "It's like, you getting food again?" He was like, "No." And it's like, that reminds me of me.
Yes, exactly. Yes, that's true. That's 100% true.
He's a bit crazy.
Yeah, which Disney character would be my best friend?
You said Ray.
Yeah, mine would probably be Ray from Princess and the Frog. I just think he's really cute. He's just really cute, yeah. Just the way he's always going for his Evangeline.
Oh.
Always looking up to Evangeline, does everything for her. I just love the way he the way he presents himself is brilliant little character. So then,
6. Who is it?
Which Disney character
can you relate to? Pretty much.
Is sidekick? Which one would be the best for your personality?
For me, I'll put Baymax because he's just clumsy and clingy, and is always trying to annoy you and touch you and saying, "Are you okay? Are you feeling okay?" I'm like, "Yes."
Yes, exactly. That's you.
Yeah, and when he goes, "We jumped out of a window."
He's all
baby.
He's all wobbly and deflated.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Mine would be Dory.
I said this one for him just because he is so forgetful.
I'm so forgetful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, that was it.
Honestly, you tell me.
And I said that you were a little bit of Donald as well because you were angry all the time.
Yeah, I'm always a little bit on edge, but Dory probably the most because Beth will tell me something and it will go in that ear and straight out that ear. I just completely forget it. That's just
literally
just a bit thick, really. I think.
Next one's a favourite Disney princess.
Yeah, Disney princess.
I couldn't really choose. I put Rapunzel / Belle because I love them both in different ways. So
you have to choose. You have to choose right now. Peer pressure.
I don't know. I like Rapunzel when she has long hair, but I don't like her when she has short hair. I don't know.
Decisions.
No.
Right. Mine is Merida from Brave. I just love the way she's rebellious and doesn't care what anybody says.
Just turns her mum into a bear.
Yeah, just does what she wants. And she reminds me of me, really, a bit rebellious. Obviously, except I'm a boy.
And you're ginger.
And I'm ginger. We have something in common. And we've got Scottish blood.
Oh my god.
Closer to Merida than I thought. Number 8. Which Disney movie or scene never fails to make you cry?
We put 3 between us. 2 join, 1 each. I put about Ray dying in Princess and the Frog because it always makes me really sad. And you see him go up to the sky and join his hands with Evangeline.
Mine would be in Finding Dory, when Dory's following the pebbles.
Seashells?
Sorry.
Mummy loves
Mummy
purple
loves-
seashells.
Mummy loves purple shells. When she is following the shells back, and she has that moment where Mum
The mum and dad
Mum
come
and
out
Dad
of the
come out,
darkness
yeah,
and the
come out.
shadows.
and they just pause and look at each other, and then they just dart towards each other. I love it. It always makes me cry. Because I've seen it the first time, I know what to expect, but it always gets me. It always gets me. It really does. And then our joint one
Was Wally when she puts a new is it like a new memory card sort of thing in him, and
obviously.
he forgets like who he is and that, and she's trying to speak to him and he's just got like empty eyes.
He's lost his personality, because I think Wally, his eyes are extremely expressionate.
Yeah, and you could, like, there's literally nothing when she speaks to him. He's just complete. You can just see that he's completely gone inside.
His eyes have that little, instead of them being deadly straight on the top, they have that little droop.
And you never know if he's going to come back.
No. And then when he just goes off and he goes, it's I just don't like when he just goes right out. He just obviously forgets about everything.
Yeah, he runs over his little friend.
His little cockroach. But
And he doesn't care about anything, does he?
no, and then the little spark. And they touch
No.
heads.
And he goes,
Mm.
oh my god. Number 9, favourite Disney movie?
Number 9. What is your favourite Disney movie?
I put 2. I put Lilo and Stitch,
Of course.
because I just feel like I couldn't not put that. And I put Tangled, because that's always been my favourite princessy sort of film.
Mine would probably be Princess and the Frog.
Which is a weird one for you. I always thought you'd say
I do like
Wally
Princess
and
the Frog.
or Up or
I just love so many.
Big Hero 6.
As I said,
I love so many. I really
just
struggled.
love Ray so much. Number 10. What Disney movie is most overrated?
Oh yes, I put Incredibles. Incredibles 2 was okay, but it was like
I didn't like Incredibles 2.
I like Jack Jack.
That's the only thing I liked
And
about
I like when she sees the boy she likes and spits all the drink out her nose.
You can't base a whole film on a
And
couple of scenes.
when the dad has to look after the kids and he can't handle them. But I think
Yeah.
Incredibles 1 is very overrated. Incredibles 2.
I think it's the other way around. I enjoyed Incredibles 1 more. Everybody's open to their own opinion. Mine is Frozen. It's a good film, don't get me wrong, but I think it just got blew
It
out.
has a lot
blew
of publicity,
It
doesn't it?
got blew massively out of proportion. It's massive. It's too big, and it's just took away from the sort of magic of it, I suppose.
Yeah.
That's why I like the slightly smaller films that haven't got as much sort of publicity to them as much. As
Yeah.
such.
And that leads us over to our second question, which is most
Underrated. Film.
underrated. I put Big Hero 6 because it's not very popular at all, but I absolutely love Baymax. And I prefer the first half of the film to the second half because it's kind of split into two, where the first half, like the second half's about them all being like a superhero group, and
I didn't like that.
I didn't like that as
much. You can. It's difficult to imagine, but you can kind of see Baymax in the future being something in.
I hope.
Yeah.
I literally.
In Asian countries, I think you can see that in
Be in my
big
element.
But then when it all starts battling and stuff like that, it just kind of takes it away from realism, I suppose, a little bit. My one is Wally.
Wally.
I love Wally. It's an absolutely brilliant film. I don't think it's sort of as put out there as much
popular as it should be. Yeah,
exactly. It is such a
he's such a good
film.
character, and it's a film with barely any dialogue. It's all basically down to his facial expressions,
Exactly.
which is why it's
His
so
eyes,
good. It's
his
so different
eyes.
from normal films.
His eyes are extremely expressionate, and they tell a story in their own. The way he's focusing, and his eyes.
It's
are
crazy
moving,
how they
it's
do that with
brilliant.
just animation.
It is really good. It's
It's
very
insane.
good. Yes.
The next one's our favourite song, isn't it?
Favourite Disney song, number 12. Mine strictly is a Disney song, but it isn't at the same time. My favourite's Happily Ever After.
It's just like 18 minutes long.
But Happily Ever After, the actual soundtrack to the fireworks show in Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
I don't mind the other one, but I do
It's
like
Jordan
all the other.
Fisher
I like all the other stuff with it. I don't know. I don't know. But I just ask Alexa to do it, and it does it for me.
Mine was Into the Open Air from Brave, and then the river, and their mum's a bear. And then... Oh, I just love it so much. I love all the Brave songs because they're all like Scottish. Like when we went to the quiz earlier, and they asked a question
Mordieu.
about who the villain was in Brave, and we were both like Mordieu.
Just staring
But
across
you can't
the table
say
at each
it
other.
without saying it like that. It's weird.
Yeah.
But
And then our least favourite. Our least favourite is.
this didn't take us very long to decide.
Our least favourite is.
It's
It's a Small World. I know a lot of people will not like us for that, but just.
I feel like as soon as you hear it, it's just you're never getting rid of it.
We
ever
went on
again.
it the first trip in 2017, and it's drilled in my head.
We've
ever
regretted
since.
it ever since.
It's drilled in my head. All I hear, like, literally the first 2 notes, and that's it. It's in my head for weeks. I'll be at work and I'll be like, just the radio's on, and then I'll be off it goes, and then that's it. That's it's,
The Endgame. Ooh, they did Disney thing there. Endgame.
oh god,
Ooh,
please don't.
for the Marvel fans.
Next question, number 14. Who is your most memorable Disney villain?
I think I literally have added one to mine now. I did have Hans because I thought he's different because you didn't even know he was a Disney villain for 3/4 of the film. And then it was
plot
just that
twist.
shocking bit where he said to Anna, I can't even remember what he said now.
Somewhere along the lines of "I never loved you," I think. It
Yeah.
was.
And you're like, ooh. But I also, now we've just said it, I like Mordieu. Just because he's got a backstory to what happened, and he's a big part of the story about why she's got to hurry up and what could actually happen to her mum and that.
Yeah.
So I like him as well.
I think one of mine's Gaston, probably. I mean, partially he's a brilliant character within the film, but
He's such a good singer in the live action one as well.
Yeah, and when we met him the first trip, I just love the way he's so pompous and I'm Gaston. Oh.
He's so vain.
Yeah.
Hello
I
in the
love it.
mirror.
Yeah, hello, and he's coming over and trying to flirt with Beth. It's absolutely brilliant. I loved it.
He is.
That was really good. Next question, number 15.
Our favourite ride. Our favourite classic.
Disney ride.
And we put Expedition Everest.
Absolutely love her ride.
Because last year, when they had the show on in Animal Kingdom,
Rivers of
Light, we literally rode Expedition Everest about 8 times in a row.
At the back.
In the dark, at the back. And it was the best thing ever. I could have gone on it another 10 times.
Yeah, it was possibly the best roller coaster experience. Disney roller coaster experience.
Oh, it was absolutely amazing.
I've ever had. There's not really.
We're never going to really forget that.
And we are going to do it next year, or in September. We are going to do it in the dark.
At the back.
10 times.
Set a record.
Why not do 20? Just on off like that constantly.
I would. I actually would.
I do not think you would get tired of it. It's exactly the same ride, but
It's that thrill every time.
Every time you go around it, I've noticed this. Every time on Disney stuff, they're brilliant. They're theming.
And we got stuck on it. Remember?
Yeah, and you notice stuff every time you go around. Hidden Mickey's here or something there.
All that hairband clump at the top of the bit where it goes backwards.
See how many you can count.
In the dark.
Can you count them all?
In the dark.
That's a challenge. You have to go on it so many times and remember where they all are. I don't think you'll be able to do it, to be honest. Right, number 16. Which modern Disney ride is your favourite?
We both put the same again. We put Flights of Passage because, oh my god. That is life-changing.
Oh my god.
That's life-changing.
It's brilliant. It's just the way Disney use everything. They use the smells, they use the wind, they use the movement and
Well, I get motion sickness all the time. And I get motion sickness all the time. But with that, it doesn't affect me whatsoever, and I have no idea why.
Different.
But I thought I'd go on it and be like, but I come off it and I was like, I felt fine. I was so immersed in it, I completely forgot about the fact that I would get ill. So, it's just, I feel like when you're on it, you look around to try and find some flaws and see if there's anything wrong with it. But it's literally perfection. You look around, you're like, oh my god, there's nothing wrong with this. It just looks real. And it was like a 7-hour wait or something stupid when we had fast passes, but if we didn't, we would never have got on that without waiting at least like 7 hours. Because we tried rope dropping it, and it was literally coming out of the park. It was like going into different parts of the park.
It was going back into Africa.
Yeah, it was going back and forth into different parts of the park, and we were with Paul and Cheryl, and we were like, screw this, we ain't queuing up for this. This is ridiculous.
Next question, number 17.
Our favourite
music
score. I put Lion King because I love all the songs from Lion King, especially when we watch Festival of the Lion King in Florida.
Yeah.
It's absolutely amazing. All
Live
the people
singers.
in it always have amazing voices, and I could just listen to it all the time and not get bored.
Yeah. Mine is Coco. I said earlier, I love sort of Mexican themed music. I love the way
But everything that is sung in it as well has such meaning.
Exactly.
Because he sings it to his daughter, doesn't he? And
I just love the style of music. It's brilliant.
it is amazing. Best live action. Favourite live action. You've only watched 2, so you didn't have much to choose from. And I've watched... I don't really know. I think I've watched 4. I think Beauty and the Beast, Dumbo, Cinderella and Jungle Book. But I think Maleficent counts as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Ooh, I might have changed my answer now.
No, you can't.
But I forgot about Maleficent.
While she changes her mind, I'm going to say mine is Dumbo. We only recently saw it when it got released not too long ago. One part did make me cry. When he flew for the very first time. Was it the first time? Yeah, when he flew for the very first time.
With his little feather.
Yeah. When he breathes it in and then achoo! Off he goes.
I put Beauty and the Beast, but now he said about it, I love Maleficent so much. Just because you expect it to be like Sleeping Beauty, but it completely changes the plot and makes her seem... You feel so sorry for her. And I can't wait for Maleficent 2 to come out. Well, I've watched like Jungle Book and that, and I think they're just dark films. Especially Mowgli. God, that is dark. Not for children. Not for kids. But I think
it would... watch a few more.
Yeah, I think it will definitely change when Lion King comes out. And if they do a live action Lilo and Stitch, I'm going to be right in there.
Of course.
They say live action. We know how funny Paul and Cheryl will get about the fact that they say live action. It's not live action. It's not a real lion, is it?
I can just hear.
I can just hear Paul having a rant about the fact that it's called live action, but it's not a real lion or a real freaking wolf.
It's all CGI, isn't it? Though it's all CGI. So yeah.
I think that's the only live action films I can think of, really.
Yeah, it's not
There aren't
masses, is there, out there?
many.
No.
But yeah, I think they're going to do a lot more. Like, they're going to do a lot more now. Now that it's become, they can make more money out of it.
It is a massive thing. Right, so that has been our 18 questions. Answered.
It was very difficult.
It's very difficult. Very difficult. Probably spent about 45 minutes trying to get the answers. Beth kept having to go at me because I couldn't make my mind up or I didn't know.
You're like Jon Snow, you know nothing.
Game of Thrones reference.
They'll be dead next week.
Right, so...
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
I hope you've enjoyed our struggle through these questions.
It has been a struggle. And thank
Especially for
you... and thank you to Paul and Cheryl for coming to us in this 18 question challenge. It was very difficult. Very difficult. I struggled a lot. I don't know. I don't think Beth did, but I did.
I did. I couldn't choose between about 9 things for each question. This is it narrowed down, and I still got 2 for each question.
So, if you like our content, be sure to subscribe. Click the bell notification to get notified of any new videos that we have coming up. We have got a little bit in the pipeline, but the main thing is that big September trip.
Yeah, but hopefully we'll keep doing little things like this, answering different questions, and yeah, we'll have to make our own set of questions to answer.
No, I'm not doing that.
Why not?
So, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and we will see you next time. Bye.